State Executive Council EXCO has approved a series of major interventions in key areas of development, including education, health, infrastructure, security for mining communities, and a draft bill for a state-owned social investment program agency. The Executive Council meeting, presided over by the Governor, Senator Basio II, also witnessed the Governor announcing the lifting of the embargo on employment in the state civil service. Government House correspondent Sunday Ina has the report.
The approval was contained at the 7th Executive Council meeting, presided over by the Governor, Senator Basio II, who is the chairman of council, and attended by the Deputy Governor, commissioners, and head of service, as well as the Chief of Staff, Honorable Emmanuel Ayomba. Briefing Government House correspondent at the end of the council meeting, the Commissioner for Information, Erasmus Ekpang, explained that the Executive Council meeting gave approval for road infrastructure, education, health, and agriculture.
We looked at the welfare of the people, the health, health sectors, education sectors, the agriculture, and actually trying to bring back across the printing press, to set up its act the way it's supposed to be. And by the grace of God, His Excellency had gone ahead to ask that we actually bring up, a memo that would see the total renovation of the Chronicle building there, education in Cross River State, where we'll have our students competing for the highest ranks. We're actually overhauling the whole educational sector, building schools, renovating, schools. The trust fund to the healthcare, you understand, the state was able to actually put some money through the healthcare to knowing that for Senator Prince Bassett, the health is our priority. So we're able to make some release for that, to some funding and all that. And then His Excellency actually talked about roads, the Okele roads, emphasizing on trying to see how well we can push to finish.
On revamping the information sector, Council ratified and approved the procurement of digital printing machines and accessories for the state printing press. In line with Executive Order Number 1 of 2024, Council approved for the protection of mining communities against insecurity, exploitation, and collection of surface rent from mining entities.
If you're aware, the printing press has been down and out. Last ends has chatted away with a lot of our equipment and all that. We actually don't have a printing press in Cross River. You see that most of our commissioners, directors, government documents have been seen in littering the streets. Print them outside, do a lot of things out. So we're actually stopping that. Trying to put in together a state-of-the-art printing press. So right now we are actually going to deploy a lot of security and ensure that once you're coming to mine in Cross River State, you either actually have a license, you've been approved, we will know who is mining, you understand? Because if you go to most of these mining sites in Biase, even the one we had at Boke and all that, most of them are foreigners, people not from Cross River State. And that's like a kind of, hiding hub for criminals to actually, thrive. So we have looked into that, and at the same time, we actually did approved a 200 million basic health care provision, for the state.
On lifting embargo on employment, the head of service, Obol Innocent Etang, shed more light on the EXCO approval for the recruitment of 2,000 freshers into the state service.
Early, the service had been without adequate manpower occasioned by the retirement of so many staff. So His Excellency, upon my request, had graciously granted approval for the recruitment of 2,000 personnel into the mainstream of the civil and public service, as well as the unified local government service, to fill critical manpower gaps. So we are very grateful to His Excellency for this approval. He has also granted approval for about 31 medical doctors and over 100 nurses to be employed to also fill gaps in the health sector. This is in line with his mantra of the people's first.
He said following the numerous retirement from the state service and the challenges faced by the state and citizens necessitated major interventions in the service, among others.
You will recall that upon assumption of office, he has cancelled the recruitment that took place so immediately before his swearing in as governor. This was because those recruitment were marred by a number of irregularities and all that. And so he had directed that a proper recruitment process should be conducted. So we are going to do it in a manner that will be very transparent. We are going to advertise to follow a proper recruitment process that will be in line with due process, due diligence, and will reflect geographical spread. That is to say, no local government will be discriminated against.
ESCO 1 heads of department and those saddled with the assignment to employ to ensure equity, even spread, and fair representation of the 18 council areas of the state. Sunday Ina, CRBC News.